Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Credit Card Madness Tournament for 2024, of course, the channel's annual credit card tournament. Last time around, we had the Elite 8 matchups were set up, where you guys voted on those. Of course, in this episode, we'll break down who's in and who's out, set up the Final Four as we get ever closer to crowning a single champion. Of course, we have the cashback and travel regions to take a look at. So, of course, if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, really quick, in case you are just joining us, this is the channel's annual Credit Card Madness Tournament, as you would imagine, largely based on college basketball's NCAA tournament that is just tipped off this past week. We take 16 of the world's best credit cards for cashback and travel as voted on by you guys at home, and they kind of square off bracket-style single elimination until there's only one left. We only have a few more episodes to go, as, of course, we are setting up the Final Four in this episode. So, if you want to get caught up, we have a full playlist, actually a full Credit Card Madness section on the channel page that has this playlist building out, as well as past years as well. So you can go ahead and see what you missed, get up to speed, and then help us crown a champion, because there is still plenty of time to join the action. So with the preamble aside, let's get to it here. Again, last week was the Elite 8, which you've been voting on all last week. Here is the bracket to refresh us. As you can see, again, Elite 8 means 8 cards left, 4 on cashback and 4 on travel. So 2 matchups on each side to vote for. No need to build suspense. Let's get into it here. We will start with cashback, and then Mr. Matt Wells will join us momentarily to tell us about the travel region. So here we have it. Your first matchup saw the number 1 seed, City Custom Cash, which has been a dominant 1 seed for cashback, versus the Chase Amazon Prime card. Amazon Prime, absolutely positively no match. Custom Cash bulldozes it with 69.2% of the vote to move on to the Final Four. Now in the second matchup for cashback, we had a number 2 Chase Freedom Flex versus the number 3 Capital One Saver One Rewards. It is an upset, shocking turn of events, because Chase is out. Capital One advances with 53.2% of the vote, which means your Final Four matchup for the cashback side, we could say to be the champion of cashback, is going to see this, again, the number 1 seed City Custom Cash taking on the number 3 seed Capital One Saver One Rewards, and that'll be what you have to vote on this week. So that is how you voted. That is how cashback shaped up. We will talk about the stats in a second. We'll put the data on screen, but right now we'll turn it over to Mr. Welter, who is running the travel section for us, to let us know how that shaped up as well. Then we'll do some thoughts, reactions, and set up everything you need to know for the Final Four.
Okay, now if we take a look at the Elite 8 in the 2 matchups on the travel side, the first matchup had the defending champ number 1 seed Capital One Venture X squaring off against the number 4 seed American Express Gold card. The Venture X ended up running away with this matchup, and it wasn't really ever close, with the Capital One Venture X getting over 64% of the vote. In the other matchup, we had Big Brother versus Little Brother, with the number 2 seed Chase Sapphire Preferred taking on the number 6 seed Chase Sapphire Reserve. And this matchup was closer, but the 2 seed Chase Sapphire Preferred did end up winning with a little bit of comfort too, as it got over 55% of the vote. This sets up the final matchup on the travel side of the bracket for the Final Four, with the number 1 seed Capital One Venture X still on a quest to defend its title against the number 2 seed, which is making a lot of noise, the Chase Sapphire Preferred.
And there we have it. Thank you, Mr. Welter. So there is your cashback and travel regions Elite 8. Now we have the Final Four matchup. So I will put the graphs on screen. This is what they give us when we use Google Forms, which is what we use to collect votes. So you can see how we broke down. So of course, you can see we had a little bit more votes in cashback region, which is fine. I guess it just means I'm more popular. But overall, 295 responses for cashback, 277 responses for travel. Leave that on screen for a second. I mean, I voted, as you maybe not as you would guess. I actually, on cashback, I voted for the Amazon Prime card. I did vote for the Chase Freedom Flex. I voted for the Venture X, and I did vote for the Sapphire Preferred. Now, I voted for Amazon card simply because, you know, I think the Amazon card does a little bit more, considering that you can buy so much on Amazon. I think that's helpful, but it's no surprise to me the custom cash has been so dominant. Folks have asked why I think that is, and the reason I think it is because a lot of people here, including myself, when you look at the City Custom Cash, you see whatever you want to see, because yes, the custom cash has one trick. one 5x multiplier on your top spend category. But of course, most people here, again, myself included, just pick a category to use. So I have 2 custom caches. On the back, I put tape on both of them, like masking tape, a little beige colored tape. I wrote gas on one and food on the other. So for people with many cards, the custom cache becomes whatever you want to see in it, which really helps elevate it and get it a lot of votes. I did vote for the Amazon card. I do love the Amazon card, even though I think Prime and Amazon customer service is on a severe decline as of late. Now the Freedom Flex, I think, lost because Chase continues to hide behind categories that people want. And again, you end up with a lot of people here with a lot of different cards. And again, Saver 1 rewards for no annual fee. You're getting 3-back dining, 3-back groceries. Again, the Flex does have the dining, but it does not have the groceries. Sure, you can get 5x sometimes whenever the category comes up. So I do think while the Freedom Flex is a good card, I do think people are getting sick of it hiding from the categories that you want to see. On the travel side, I did vote for the Venture X. I think the gold card was just outmatched because the gold card without its companion pal Platinum isn't really a travel card. It gets put in the travel region because you can cash out membership reward points, but you're not supposed to. You take a massive haircut. So it gets put on the travel side, but it's not really a travel card. It's kind of the dining food person going out type of card. And that's why I think we'll see a refresh of it to skew more towards the foodie and entertainment world next year, later this year, whenever Amex gets around to updating it. And so that's not really a surprise to me. And then lastly, I think Sapphire Preferred is miles and miles better than the Sapphire Reserve given the price difference. Multiplier is about the same. You've got an easy-to-use hotel credit. I did a whole video on it. Of course, they have the easy-use $300 travel credit, but both of those are just prepaying money. So again, basically for $50, you get the full travel insurance as primary CDW, which is really hard to get anywhere else. You're only talking about the Sapphires and I think the Venture X maybe. Transfer partners, the little boost from the portal. I don't think Priority Pass and a handful of Sapphire lounges that the Reserve gets are worth the extra money over the Preferred, so I'm not surprised to see the Preferred move on, and that's how I voted as well. Now, I don't know how that will go against the Venture X, but anyways, that's how I voted. That's why I think we're seeing what we're seeing, which is, it's been fascinating to see because it has been a little bit of upsets and a little bit different, and we do have some powerhouse cards left and representation from each of a handful of the major players, I should say. So I am looking forward to the Final Four. And if you're looking forward to it, what do you need to know to vote and help your card take it home and make it to the championship round? Well, as we've said before, we're doing this every Tuesday, so we'll be back here next Tuesday to set up the actual recap the Final Four, set up the championship round. So we're getting close to the end. But again, those 2 Google form links down below. One for the cashback region, one for travel. I mean, I guess at this point we could actually probably just put them into one, but I'll just keep them separate since we've been keeping them separate so far as not to confuse things. But you will need to sign into your Google account. We don't get your information or anything like that. It just keeps people from multi-voting or cramming the vote ballot box for one particular card. So there is that. Both of those will be down below for you. And then of course when I will vote as I always do, and I'll tell you how I voted as we recap the next round. But really that's what you need to know. That is how voting works. Those will be down below for you. We'll be right back here next Tuesday. So of course let me know down below what your thoughts are. Surprises. Are you mad your card didn't make it? Are you still in the fight? Love to get your thoughts on that. But of course, guys, as we take a look at this going forward, if you want to follow it, then of course drop me a thumbs up down below and consider subscribing to the channel as we're posting content just like this every single week. And of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. And of course, if you want to will on your favorite card or perhaps even pick up your favorite card or some new cards from the tournament, well then profitablecontent.com. The channel's blog has all of that for you. We have not only the news stories, we have bank promotions, of course we have credit card offers. Most of these competitors have a slot over there as well, so definitely go check that out. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you right back here next week for the next round.